Going on, man? This is Afi King, and we in Afi's Kingdom. If you don't know, man, this is D'Angelo Hired. This is off of his Brown Sugar album. A lot of y'all asking me about the music and shit, so I'm just telling y'all that one in case y'all don't know it. It's the last song on the album. Y'all gotta search for Game, man. There's other shit than singles, Brown Sugar, and all that. Anyways, man, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story time. This is a different one because this is a subscriber's request, and this particular subscriber, we go back and forth enough to where I felt like he could ask me for a video. So just future reference, man. If y'all don't never say shit on my post and I don't talk to you, you just can't ask me for the first time to do a video on something, because I ain't gonna do it. I gotta know who you is, then I'll do it, and if you know me, you know that I'm legit with that shit. All right. So anyways, so he asked me, what, damn, how can I rephrase? I can't look to my phone and look at the message. Basically, he asked me, what have I learned and what mistakes did I make in the game before getting expert level game. So I played this song for a reason, man. This is 95, 96, because I had to go back to my teenage years to get me in the tone to talk about this lesson that I learned, a few lessons that I learned early on in the game. So, we talking 95, 96. I was in high school, 9th, 10th grade, whatever. So, okay. When I first started dealing with women, I had an older brother. And when I was 8, 9, 10, he was in his 20s, so he was actively dating. And I would just watch him and seeing how he interacted with women, just sitting on the phone with him. I love you, baby, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you, and all this shit. I say that type of shit too, but I didn't say it in the right content, and I didn't place that in the right times that I know now. You know what I'm saying? There's certain times and places where you want to be romantic and say little shit like that. But watching him, he didn't never teach me. I just watched. And I just thought that, okay, that's how you do it. So when I got to the age where I was like trying to get laid and shit and have a girlfriend or whatever, I'd start applying those tactics. So I'd meet a girl, talk to her on the phone, go to the movies with her, walk around with her, go to lunch with her, and then sooner or later, a month or 2 months, she coming to my house, I'm going to her house. We cutting school and we getting the shit popping. And that's just how I thought. That's how, when you wanted to get some bitches, that's the routine. That's what you do. So, I remember this one particular woman, I still remember her name too. That's funny. She got 1, 2, 3. She got 3 kids now. She married. I follow her on Facebook still. I shoot the shit with her every now and then. That's another lesson, man. Just don't burn bridges, man. Even though I don't want that, if I did want that, I could get that. You feel me? Anyways, back to the story. So I met her. Back in these days, we had pagers. So pagers for y'all youngsters, it was a phone number that you had to dial to page somebody, and then they would get the notification on their pager to call them. So then you have to go to a pay phone or go home or whatever to call them, which was better then because it built anticipation back in those days. It wasn't these instant gratification shit that we have now, where a motherfucker can keep tabs and check on you all day. It wasn't none of that. You met a girl, your ass wasn't talking to her till 7 o'clock when you got home. And the fucking the minutes were low. Free minutes and shit, Sprint, 9 o'clock, all that type of shit. You had to, no matter how high the interest was. So anyways, we met her that day. We beeped each other, and then we talked on the phone that night a little bit, maybe a 30-minute session. And she told me she wanted me to come over the next day. So I was like, all right. So my ass cut school. Took the bus, went over to her house. So when I went over there, she had some lingerie on you. Mind you, she fucking my head because I'm like 16 or 15. And I remember I had to be 16 because I started fucking at 15. So I was like 16. And she had lingerie on. So I'm like, what the fuck? Every woman who I had sex with, I had some type of, they was my girlfriend or we were dating, kind of. Like we were hanging out to see if we was going to be boyfriend, girlfriend. But it was never no random just fucking shit. It was always the 1-2 hour phone conversations and meetups. Okay, so this one went over there, she had lingerie on. I'm like, what the fuck? She ready. So we start kissing and shit. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I didn't even have to like work my finesse or nothing. We just start kissing. Then she sucked my dick. She had a big ass booty. Hit her shit from the back. Pounded her shit. And shit, that was it. So when I left, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I met this girl. We only talked on the phone one time. We didn't go on a date. I didn't tell her I liked her. I didn't tell her I loved her. I didn't tell her I missed her. And we fucked. So then that was the 21st bitch that I fucked. I remember that shit because it was like a good number, 21, like lucky 21, that type of shit. So I was like, man, I wonder, is this woman like that? Or are all women like that? And then that's when I started fucking a gang of bitches. When I found out that, you know, it was the later one. So that's one lesson that I learned, that you ain't got to go through all the steps and shit like that, the way they make it seem on TV, the way your big brother tell you, the way your dad tells you. Like, man, when we're growing up in this world, we're not taught how to treat a woman or the dynamics of a woman. We're just taught how to be a man. And I feel like that's something that we should learn, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, that's what that taught me. And another lesson that I learned early on was having girlfriends. See, this is what I used to think. I always been hard on the